Jamie, you are a Liverpool legend, of course. I'm going to be quizzing you on Liverpool's current team's FIFA 19 stats. According to FIFA 19, who is the highest-rated player overall at the club?
Salah, wouldn't it? When was this done, in the summer or this season?
FIFA 19. Yeah. It is Mo Salah, 88. Firmino and Mane second with 86. Liverpool strengthened in the summer, got a lot of great players. For you, Salah is still their number one player, the standout player at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's still a star because of what he did last season, but he's the goal scorer. He only got the goals last season. You'd still expect him to be Liverpool's top goal scorer this season. Hasn't hit the ground running as he sort of showed the form he did maybe second half of last season, but I think he still is Liverpool's standout player around the world when people think of Liverpool now because of the season he had last season.
It's always going to be hard for him to repeat that season last season, isn't it? Because he was on fire last season. Virtually
impossible for a wide player to score 44 goals again. I mean, if Salah gets 25, 30 goals this season, had a great season. And I think he will be around that mark. He's still getting lots of chances. We've always questioned him last season about chances that he missed. So even scoring 44 goals, he's still missing a lot of big chances. So he is missing them at the moment, but I'm sure they'll start going the back of the net.
Yeah. Right, this is a tough one, this. There is one player, I was surprised, only one player actually, in the Liverpool squad who has 5-star skill moves. So this is a player who has a few tricks in their locker. One player with 5-star skill moves. Who do you think it is?
As I say, Coutinho, obviously, but he's not there. No. But I can't think of anyone else in the squad.
I was surprised with this.
Shaqiri.
Yes, it is Shaqiri. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking the other front three, I wouldn't class them as those type of players, so I thought it might be him.
It is Shaqiri, the one player in the Liverpool squad with 5-star skill moves. Talking a lot about Liverpool's expenditure. Expenditure?
Is that a word?
Yeah, a word, right. 13 million for Shaqiri is an absolute snip, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, to bring a player in for that price, he's got great experience in the Premier League, also played with some big clubs as well.
Yeah.
I think he's probably understands his role, where he's probably cover for the front three, so it's not easy to get someone who accepts that role and has enough quality when they come in. I think he's the perfect first sub, if you like, for certainly one of the top sides. So I think at that price as well, even if it doesn't work out, I think Liverpool have got no doubt they'll get the money back.
Do you expect him to feature more? Because it's very hard to break that front three at Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. Sooner or later, Jurgen Klopp's got to rotate the team. He has to do that because there's no way that team or front three can just play every game. And he will come in, but when he did come in, he sort of played with the front three. He played behind them in the number 10 position, so that could be something looking at going forward. We always talk about Liverpool's front three, but what about the front four?
Wow, that would be frightening. This is a good one. Klopp's system, as you know, involves a lot of pressing, so fitness, stamina is very important. Which player do you think has the best stamina in the Liverpool squad?
James Milner.
See, we said this in the office yesterday. I was nailed on. It's not James Milner, according to FIFA. He's second with Jordan Henderson, 91. So there's a player with 93, which is incredible. We all said Milner as well.
Would it be Lallana?
No. Not Lallana, no.
One of the full-backs?
No.
Firmino?
No.
Should we keep going?
New player.
Oh, new player? Yeah. Oxlade-Chamberlain?
No, newer.
Keita?
No. Signed at a similar time.
Fabinho?
Yes, Fabinho. Does that surprise you?
Yeah. I haven't seen him play yet.
That's a really valid point. Milner, we said that. A lot of the stats this season covered most ground. Talk to me about James Milner, because he's so underrated, James Milner, isn't he?
No, he is. And I think the brilliant thing for him is his career is still going into his 30s, but he started when he was 16. So normally when you start really young, you probably finish a little bit earlier than most of the players who normally get to probably 35, 36 now. But I think he's in the best form of his life.
Do you?
Yeah, I do think so. I think he's been at lots of other clubs. He had a few moves in his career. I think he played really well at Aston Villa, central midfield. He had a season or two there. At City, he always felt like he was a squad player. Picked up a few trophies, but never really cemented a position there. But it feels like he's done that. At Liverpool in that central midfield role, keeping Keita out of the team, who's a £50 million signing at that age. I mean, it's just a testament to the professional that he is.
Yeah, top player. Next question. Who is the fastest player at Liverpool?
Salah or Mane. Oh, is this on FIFA?
On FIFA 19. It is Salah or Mane. In fact, they're 1 and 2. So which one are you going for?
Salah.
No, Salah, 92 seconds, Sadio Mane. Do you think Salah's quicker than Mane?
I don't know, I just thought they'd go for Salah because of what he did last season. But, I mean, to be honest, the two of them are just frightening, aren't they, how much pace they have.
Yeah, 94 for Sadio Mane is, according to FIFA 19, the fastest player at Liverpool. How would Jamie Carragher in his prime have coped with the pace of Mane or Salah? How would you have defended against them? Literally that.
Nah.
You're not lying either, are you?
No.
Talking about pace, you and Gary Neville last night at the Amex.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, it was question social media thing on the phone, Instagram. Who's the fastest? He thought it was him. I thought it was me. I think I said, go on, have a race as a joke. Yeah. And he thought, oh, yeah, go on.
So you said it's a joke? And he
yeah, I just threw a little line in. Go on, do you want a race? And we went for it. And what would I get? What would the FIFA rating be there, do you think, on both?
High, actually, I've got to say. I think you're in your 90s there.
Yeah.
Neville, not quite. Do you have a word for Gary Neville? Because you won that. It's worth pointing out. You won the race.
Beat you by a nose, big nose.
Slightly easier one. Who is the strongest player at Liverpool? Again, according to FIFA 19.
Must be Van Dijk.
It is Van Dijk. Now, I know that you're a huge fan of Van Dijk. Soccer AM, Monday Night Football. You've raved about him many times this season. Where do you put him amongst the world's best centre-backs?
I think he's right in the top group. Some people may put him top. I would just hang fire with that, with the fact he hasn't won the biggest trophies yet. I think you have to do that. I think if you want to be known as the best in whatever position, I think you've got to got something on the CV of Premier League, Champions League. Got to the final last season, but I think the two players at the other end of the pitch, in Ramos and Varane, not so much that they're actually better players than Virgil van Dijk, but they've won Champions Leagues, both won the World Cup. So I think when you've got that on the CV, it's hard to look past them too.
I think that's why Ramos is regularly in Team of the Years, and because of his CV is incredible. He's won everything in the game, hasn't he?
Oh, he's a top player as well. I don't think we should forget that. I think he's a major reason why Real Madrid have been so successful. Now there's no Ronaldo this year, so it'll be more difficult for them. But I think what Ronaldo was at one end of the pitch for Real Madrid over these last few years, I think Ramos has been at the other end.
Yeah. OK, Liverpool are now one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, but who is the highest rated midfielder at the club? This is a tough one as well.
Is it Keita?
It's not. Keita's second with 83 they've given him.
OK. Henderson?
No, he's up there. Henderson's third with Wijnaldum, 82.
Who else is in there? Lallana?
No. Interestingly, it's someone that's come up earlier who we didn't mention either. It's someone we've mentioned earlier.
Fabinho?
Fabinho, yeah. Highest rated midfielder. Who do you think's the best?
FIFA must love him, mustn't he?
he's very highly rated, yeah. You're surprised with that?
Yeah.
Who is Liverpool's best midfielder then, in your opinion?
Liverpool's best midfielder? You know what? I'm not sitting on the fence because I think a lot of them are very similar as players, similar type of players, really. That's probably something you'd look at with Liverpool, is that they probably lack something in midfield a little bit different. A lot of the players are pretty much similar.
Yeah.
Henderson, Wijnaldum, Milner, all got their own strengths. Keita to come in, they're all sort of runners, hard workers. They can play, but there's no sort of magician in there, I would say. Difficult one to say. I think we were all expecting Keita to be sort of that main midfielder. It hasn't quite happened, still early days in the Premier League. But this season, I'd say James Milner.
It's very hard for Klopp, isn't it, to pick that three in the system of players, the best three when everyone's fit. Because Liverpool have got, as you said, so many similar players in that position. Well,
they'll all play. They'll have to rotate because so much work comes from that central midfield. And you will expect that Liverpool need bodies in there. We still haven't seen the new signings, really, almost £100 million worth of talent. Haven't seen the best of them. That will come, I'm sure. But at this moment, the midfield, I got Liverpool to the Champions League final last season, is playing. That is Liverpool's best midfield as well.
Yeah. Finally, who is the most aggressive player at the club?
They're all nice lads, aren't
they?
This
is a tough one as well.
Firmino?
No, not Firmino. Defender.
Yes. Lovren?
Yes, it is. Dejan Lovren, 87.
Yeah.
How important is aggression now? Because I know that was a part of your game. In this current era, where it's harder for defenders because fouls are given a lot more regularly, how important is aggression for a defender?
I still think it's important. I think the attackers have got to know that the player they're coming up against is aggressive, and if the ball's there to be won, I think it puts a little bit of fear into attackers. Aggression isn't just in making challenges, it's your mindset as well going into the game. I think when you see a team switched on and ready and alive, I think that's an aggressive mindset, really. So you're going in ready for a battle, you're switched on. So I also think it's not just what you do physically, it's how you perform mentally. You can see that in the start of a game sometimes when a game starts, whoever's first to the ball, they're switched on.
Carragher, absolute pleasure as always. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Soccer M's YouTube channel. See you later.